going back into mental health. So a lot of it comes, like we talk about, sleep deprivation can be a challenge, and that can also impact breastfeeding. So what are kind of your tips for coping with sleep deprivation, mental well-being, like over nighttime feedings, and feeling, like you said, like empowered in your breastfeeding?
One of the biggest tricks I teach, and I've carried with me now, I mean, my youngest is 16, but I still do it. I do not have a clock in my room. The reason I don't have a clock in my room is because I remember with my second one, I started, and we all do this. Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock. The baby just woke up. Now I'm only going to get, if I get up at 5, I'm only going to get 6 hours of sleep. Oh my gosh, now I'm going to get 6 hours of sleep. And then the baby wakes up at 1 and you're like, I only slept for really an hour and a half because we breastfed for 30 minutes. And now I'm going to get up again and I'm going to do this. You're taking mental note of how much sleep you're not going to get instead of just not knowing. And not knowing how much sleep you didn't get is so much more helpful than going, oh, I feel a little rough. Well, that's because I only got 4 hours of sleep because the baby was up all night. Now I've got all these other things I've got to do, and I'm going to function on 4 hours of sleep versus just not knowing. That's the biggest trick I teach moms. And even as like a mom of older teenagers, I know when it's about midnight because somebody comes in my room and says I'm home. But the other thing that's so important, you guys, is stop overloading yourselves with things to do during the day. You just had a baby and your body needs to recover and it needs rest. So if that means putting a no visitor sign on the door, if that means you putting your phone down and away and you can sneak in an hour-long nap with your baby when your baby sleeps, stop trying to do so much. The dishes aren't important. Keeping your house clean, you already know how to do that. You don't need to practice it. You can do it later. What you need to practice now is rest and breast. That's it. Those are the two things that are going to get you where you need to be.
I love that. Brandon says, if I don't have my phone to watch a show while I feed, I will fall asleep, so I have to watch.
That's fine. But after that, if you have time, get a 30-minute nap in a recliner if you can. However you can make that happen. But again, your house is not a priority right now. Remember, practice what you want to do. Practice it and practice it and practice it. And support yourself mentally and physically in that journey as you go along. Dishes, you know how to do those. You don't need to practice it. People come over and they want to hold the baby. Nah. Say, you know what would really help? Do my dishes. Those things.
Yeah. Yeah. I've started seeing more people sharing like lists or like ideas of how people can come help, because I was one of those where like someone would come help and then I was like, wait, I don't know what I need them to help me with. Like I was so bad at asking. Like I'm already so bad at asking for help. So that's like something I like tell my friends now. I'm like, be like ready with like something like you want dishes, you want laundry, but like, yeah, that bonding time with your baby is so important.